This is 5 on your side at 10. Focused on you.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Ann Allred. We are in storm alert as a severe storm starts to move into the bi-state. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell has your weather first forecast. Scott.
You know, what we are talking about here is really one little cluster of thunderstorms, and it has produced some damage down in Reynolds County tonight. Ellington with hail up to the size of golf balls, some window damage in that area, as well as some windshields damage with that large hail down in Ellington. This is far to the south of St. Louis. What's around the rest of the region? It's very scattered, and for the most part, it's not all that heavy. But this cell down in southern portions of Reynolds County, there's actually two, one coming in from the west, and then the one that went through Ellington. They continue to drop to the southeast. They'll be out of the viewing area within the next 30 minutes, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Reynolds County until 10:30 this evening. And again, hail is the main threat, although we may have some wind gusts in there to 50 or 60 miles per hour. Looking around the rest of the region, yes, there is a smattering of fairly light showers. Occasionally get a little downpour here and there, but for most of us this evening, not a whole lot of rainfall. That's certainly the case around the immediate metro area. So a few showers and storms. Our severe threat should be over by 10:30 tonight as that warning expires and that storm moves out of Reynolds County. And then those showers and storms will continue overnight into early tomorrow, at least on a scattered basis. And then the chances will be dropping later tomorrow. We'll talk more about that in the rest of your weekend and in just a few minutes.
Tonight, an attendant working to park cars in a downtown lot is held up at gunpoint. 5 on your side was at the scene moments after the encounter. Brent Solomon is live downtown after speaking with the victim. Brent.
Well, it happened, Ann, during a country music concert that's still taking place right here at Busch Stadium. The parking attendant told me he's done this job for years, but when the unexpected happened tonight, it was something he'd never experienced before.
On a Friday night, people are out in downtown St. Louis for a little excitement.
It can be such a fun place to be.
Especially with one of country music's biggest stars taking over Busch Stadium. Fans packing the place to hear singer Morgan Wallen. As they were arriving, a cunning crook was on the prowl.
What? Oh, damn.
It was just before 5:30 Friday evening. A man believed to be in his 40s driving a silver pickup truck showed up to this parking lot on Broadway and Siri. He pretended to be a customer willing to pay $40 to park his truck. But when the attendant went to serve him, the thief held him at gunpoint.
In addition to demanding the cash, the victim tells me the suspect told him not to call the police.
Police arriving in minutes to take the report.
People come down looking to have fun, looking for a great event. There's so many great places downtown and things like that happen, and it can just be a really scary situation.
One of my concerns, or our concerns, was crime in downtown St. Louis, as it is in most major areas.
Still, the owner of Billy's on Broadway recently renovated his restaurant to stay here.
And in this area, you're going to have crime. You're probably not going to stop it altogether. But the more people you get moving into downtown, the less crime you're going to have.
Now, the victim tells me he routinely makes cash drops while here on the job. So the bad guy didn't get away with as much as he otherwise would have. And I can tell you, within the last hour and a half, we've heard from police they were able to locate the truck believed to be involved in this robbery. We're live downtown tonight. Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Tonight, there's new reaction to St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones' text messages that 5 on your side obtained through a records request. During a May 14th conversation with her inner circle, Mayor Jones criticized the Ethical Society of Police regarding the attempted state takeover of the St. Louis Police Department. Within the past hour, the Ethical Society of Police responded, saying, quote, "Facing criticism and retaliations for speaking out is nothing new for our members and our board, past and present. We also believe in the right to respectfully disagree and will work with anyone who disagrees yet wants to hear all sides and shows concern for our communities. But we don't take well to disrespect. The Ethical Society of Police won't be shut up because that is abandoning those we serve," end quote. You can read more about this right now on KSTK.com under the As Seen on TV section. Right now, residents in Tower Grove South are on alert after 2 deadly shootings in 2 days. Tonight, they shared their concerns with our Robert Townsend.
Margarita Perez has lived in the Tower Grove South area all her life. She says for years her neighborhood was relatively quiet, but lately
it's getting bad out here now.
A sad but frightening reality for her and her kids.
I hear gunshots all the time at night. My kids duck and dive in the middle of the night.
And now more gun violence blocks away from her home. Police say around 12:30 Wednesday morning, someone shot 37-year-old Wade Featherston and a 36-year-old woman near the intersection of Chippewa and Gravois. He died. The woman was taken to the hospital. She told police a group of people rode by in a car and a motorcycle and fired multiple shots at them. 2 days later, around 4:30 Friday morning, someone shot and killed a man near this gas station across the street. At this point, police don't have any solid leads about either shooting. Right now, they are reviewing nearby surveillance video, and they're asking anyone who saw anything to call St. Louis police or Crime Stoppers.
It's really horrible. It's a shame.
Records show so far this year, there have been 89 homicides in the city of St. Louis.
They need more cameras.
Do you think that can make a difference?
The cameras, yeah, and more police out.
Paul Wamser agrees.
Yeah, obviously I'm concerned with bullets flying.
For the past 2 years, he's run a business in the Tower Grove South neighborhood.
I would think maybe some mounted cameras might deter some of this activity.
The crime is getting outrageous.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Police are still looking for suspects and motives in both shootings. They do not believe the crimes are related. Also tonight, the Major Case Squad is investigating a deadly overnight shooting in Pagedale. Around 1 this morning, officers found a man dead on St. Charles Rock Road near the Metrolink station. Right now, the victim has not been identified. Anyone with information, please call the police, or you can remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Tonight, 2 men are behind bars, charged in the murder of a 10-year-old boy in St. Clair County. Today, police announced the arrests of 26-year-old Jalen Nix and 20-year-old Devin Dunbar, both from St. Louis County. Investigators say Brandon Scott was inside his home playing video games Monday night when a bullet came through his window, killing him. They say the suspects were acquaintances of the family.
10-year-old Brandon Scott lost the opportunity to live out a prosperous life due to the senseless acts of those who were charged in this investigation.
Right now, police have not confirmed a motive for the shooting. Family and friends of Brandon will be honoring his life with vigils over the weekend. Tonight, a bill is waiting the St. Louis mayor's signature. The proposed bill would hire attorneys to represent people facing eviction. The bill was approved by the St. Louis Board of Aldermen today. According to our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal, the city will use $285,000 in federal COVID relief funds to set up a right to counsel program. The Department of Human Services would partner with nonprofits and law firms to provide those attorneys. Drivers in Missouri will soon no longer be able to use their cell phone while driving. Today, Governor Mike Parson signed the hands-free law. The law prohibits all drivers from manually typing, scrolling, or even so much as holding their cell phone while driving. First-time offenders could be fined up to $150. The law goes into effect on August 28th. Missouri becomes the 49th state to prohibit texting and driving. Today, Governor Parson vetoed Senate Bill 189. The public safety bill included Blair's Law that criminalizes celebratory gunfire and Max's Law, which increases penalties for killing police canine officers. Parson said a provision in the bill could allow criminals convicted of sexual offenses to have their records expunged and removed from the sex offender registry. A popular Jefferson County beach is closed for the weekend. Officials telling 5 on your side it is the only way to keep people safe by keeping them away from Rockford Beach Park. The parking lot only fits around 40 cars, so a lot of people park on the road leading into the park and then they spill out onto the highway. The overcrowding makes it difficult for first responders to get down to the beach, where swimmers can quickly get in trouble.
The river itself is a hazard, and it's well known to be a swimming hazard. That is something that fire and EMS crews deal with quite frequently. Unfortunately, we just had a drowning out here just the other day.
This weekend's closure will buy time for officials to figure out what the future of Rockford Beach will look like. The park is expected to reopen Monday.